Tauruses, welcome into your monthly reading. This is for February. So we are going to tap in and get some information for you all. Hope you are all doing well. We are moving and shaking already in 2026 here. And like I kind of told everyone leading up to 2026, the chaos and conflict in the external world is going to continue to, escalate. And we already saw that in January. So this isn't to bring up fear or intimidate. What this is doing is to help you understand that we are at a point of trajectory on different timelines right now. And I've been channeling the avians. And so if you haven't taken a look or listened to those videos, I definitely would highly recommend it. It's already completely changed my perspective, and I've already felt the integration of that information. But not only with the channelings I'm getting, but listening to other people's channelings and information coming in, we are here, guys. We are on the precipice of creating the new earth right now, of creating a whole new different reality for ourselves. And just because there's still, as we're kind of again, paving the new road, there's still going to be things happening in the background that are aligned with chaos and conflict and suffering and things like that. But this is a test right now of also us not getting pulled into that and realizing that even though it's happening, not finding truth with it, not letting it pull us down, pull our energy frequency down, or engage belief systems that are also going to block us from aligning to the highest timeline for ourselves. So there's a ton of different timelines right now unfolding, and it's all about our frequency and about how that's going to align us. And also, instead of just, having someone else control what timeline we're on, we are being asked to implement techniques and methodology, but also really clearly having awareness right now so that we can actively choose our own timelines instead of just being at the whim of, what we consider fate or life or something like that. And that's why I see now the avians did channel a technique and method of how to actively be more in control of what timeline we align to. And I did post that video. Again, amazing technique. I've been using it morning and night for myself. It is a long video because but again, we need to invest our times in ourselves. And also this is investing time that's going to change our lives. So I think it was an hour long, but a big portion of it is walking you through this technique. So you kind of want to take some time out, almost like you're meditating, and get quiet. You don't want too much, it's not something that you should be cleaning and taking their, cooking dinner and listening to. This is something where you want to really block off some time where you can sit in quiet and kind of actively participate in this sort of, a meditation type thing. All right, Tauruses, let's dive in. So I'm going to first pull a bird oracle card. So this is going to be your kind of symbol, your animal symbol for the month. And then we'll see what that energy is for you all. All right, so we have you got the starling bird. Really pretty colors. So that is your bird for February, and I'll read a bit about it. All right, so the wisdom of the starling says, greatness can come from working together. Everyone has a note to contribute to the group. If you let all voices be heard. So when the starling appears, be aware of the subtle nuances that make everyone a detail in the big picture. Claim your space within the group, but take care not to empower others or overpower others. Community is important, but your first duty must be yourself. If you've been feeling alone in a room full of people, that's okay. You can trust that those feelings shall pass. All right, interesting. So there's definitely something here around like being in a group or in a community or dealing with other people, but there's something about that fine line between, community and like giving of yourself and your energy, but also like what do you need to keep for yourself, or what do you need to think of for yourself, and trusting in your own guidance about how to navigate maybe situations or relationships right now. And also it's about like hearing this, it's talking about like hearing, I think your inner voice, like what is it that you need to hear and express, but also being open to what other people have to say as well. Okay, interesting. So let's see some energy oracle as well here. And you got the sixth chakra, so that's the third eye. Archangel Metatron. Door to romance and community. Look at that. How synchronistic here. So there is some big, there's definitely a message here around community or relationships here. For some of you, if you're looking for a relationship, I feel like there is potential this month through some sort of maybe, social engagements, through friends or community or something like that. But I also feel like, based with the Starling message too, it's about opening yourself up to new ideas, to new people. There's the third eye activation as well happening for you. So I do feel like you're seeing through something, like you're starting to see through some sort of old filter and getting information that's going to help elevate you and to see things in a new way. But I'm going to just quick read a little bit about this sixth chakra here for everyone. So this is a powerful archangel. This is a third eye devoted to insight and clear thought. When this card appears, it indicates a much greater clarity in your thought process and an expanded perspective toward broader horizons. Some new perceptions are taking hold and the clouds of confusion are clearing. So this could indicate a new beginning for you're on your way to developing a deeper insight about what's going on in your life and why. Now is the time to focus on your personal vision. What do you want for your life? And what do you want your life to look like in the years ahead? Create a clear picture. Yeah, it's kind of what I said. Maybe like, that was a synchronicity. Maybe me letting you guys know about, again, that avian meditation about how to align with your highest timeline at this point, especially when it comes to maybe relationships or how you're connecting with the right community, your soul tribe. All right, let's pull some tarot. So we have the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. I feel like this is kind of similar to the Aries reading. So if you have any Aries in your chart or are dealing with an Aries, I would take a look at that video too, because they were talking about relationships as well, and they got both the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Swords. So I'm seeing this more of as this finding, there's this new empowered state or this new level of confidence that you're kind of aligning with. You're standing in your power this month. I feel like you're really standing and feeling grounded in who you are, what you want, how you want to show up in the world. And there are some things here that you're just kind of like, you know what? I'm standing in my strength and my courage here. And there's something that you're choosing to kind of end or walk away from. There is this person, though, the Knight of Swords. So this could be an individual, or this could be something more internal, but the Knight of Swords can be the angry knight. So there is some sort of anger that you're facing. This could be externally through somebody else. And that's interesting, going back to the Starling, about being open to new perspectives or new ways of listening to others, and that we all have a voice and we all have to like add the voice together to kind of create that, again, that connection. And there is potentially somebody or something that is wanting you to hear them or see them. And this could also be an inner part of yourself that you've maybe denied or pushed away in the past, but it's time to really allow yourself to feel or to see maybe some anger that you felt. This could be tied to a situation that was very difficult. This could have been a betrayal or a relationship that ended. So that could be something reference to a past situation you dealt with that like you have to, it's going to kind of rear its head. And this is a chance for you to really integrate this, or this can literally be a relationship in your life that I do feel like finally facing some sort of truth here. And this person could be angry, but again, I feel like this is just a sign that you're moving on to your higher timeline, and whatever situation that this was, just, again, you've outgrown it, right? Like your frequencies are not compatible anymore. So there's something there. Let's keep going. Two of Pentacles. There's definitely a little bit of like uncertainty, or like, what do I do here? Same thing with the Seven of Pentacles. This is like a card of contemplation as well. So I do feel like there's a lot of contemplation you've been going through here, about what's the next phase of my life? Like, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want to receive? What do I want to put out in the world? But I think a lot of it, what do I want to experience here? And then the Page of Wands. I mean, this is for a very small few of you, but I was just getting another line here of, this could be a relationship situation where like you're really talking about like someone wants kids, someone doesn't want kids, and you're really like, this is like turning into where it's kind of, again, hitting ahead of like, this is serious. Like, we need to decide, right? Because someone's like, I want kids. And if you don't, then relationship isn't going to work. And the other person is also kind of like, well, I really don't want kids, but it doesn't mean like they don't necessarily want this relationship to end. But in the long run, like, you can't hold back your truth and like just go forward and kind of just do what other people want because you don't want to rock the boat or you don't want to end the relationship. I think the truth here is gaining some clarity that even though there could be love here, that life just keeps kind of like showing evidence that like this isn't the right partnership for you. And there's this contemplation of like, what do I do in this situation? But I do think ultimately where this is headed is like, this just can't continue. And I think this just keeps getting to be more up and down in an issue because it's just that time, right? So that's going to be for a very small few of you because that's very specific. But we got the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, there could be like uncertainty about like, again, ending a relationship and being single again. You got the Hermit. There is a lot of deep thinking about this. So you've been going through some sort of deep inner kind of analysis here, or like spiritual kind of going deep, thinking about something. But at the end here, the outcome is like the Chariot. So things are going to move forward fast. I think once you finally make a decision, it's kind of interesting you didn't have a decision card here because there's a lot of contemplation, which to me means you could be going through this in February. Maybe you don't make an initial decision, but definitely something really from the inside, right? You talked about third eye chakra, like you finally see something, like you finally get clarity here. And that's what's really going to start moving things forward down the right path that you're supposed to be on. So what's the Knight of Swords, Ten of Swords? Because these two together to me is like something ends, and it can end pretty like fast, like out of the blue because of a conflict. You know, this could be like a Tower moment and someone gets angry and ends it. Okay, Sun. That lightens it a bit. Hierophant. So I do feel like there's an ending to some level of, there's something that you committed to. This could be a long-term relationship or just a commitment that you were in that you realize that you're kind of growing out of this. There is a focus on your happiness here. Like, what is it really? What is that my highest desire, my highest dream, my highest happiness here? What's the path of my highest excitement? And I do feel like something has to end here for you to do that. And you gain that awareness. You definitely gain that. What's this? Two of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, it's just divine timing, Empress. You're just, I really feel, Taurus, you're just finding this, like you're elevating, like you're really finding your power. I think you're finding some sort of independence and feeling you're taking hold in some sense in the world. And it's just like you're starting to really see things clearly from a soul perspective. And maybe you've been in this contemplation mode, but I do feel like that's ending here. Your luck is changing. But I also feel like maybe you've kind of just been putting effort into something and you're kind of like, should I keep doing this? Should I keep doing this? But there could be some spark of new ideas too as well that's going to help take you shift kind of what you're doing in just a way that's going to help finally make things kind of, there's going to be new action here. Let's see, the Page of Wands, the Moon, the Queen of Cups, and the Chariot. Yes, wow, you've got some big stuff here. Like, this is showing up as little inklings in your soul, your intuition talking to you, you just feeling, I think you've been feeling this for a while, especially the last, I'd say, 7 months. And you finally, maybe in the last month, you know, looking back, are finally like, you're really ready to kind of make this change or this move. It's like you're finally just like, your soul you can't just sit back and wait anymore. Like, your soul is like, nope, something's, you know, over, dead, done, and over with. Like, it's time for this new, there's definitely all this new energy here, the world, like a new beginning that needs to start. And I feel like it is a new path for you. It's gonna feel, and maybe that's what's held you back too, is like, right, you're the Page here. So you're starting on this new path and maybe you're not fully comfortable. Maybe there's things you got to learn. You're trying something new, getting out in a new way. But definitely there is some deep feelings about this. And there's something about balancing your emotional needs and desires here and your feelings that are pulling you, like the Moon. Like, there's something, I feel like there's something that's really been pulling you and you can't put your finger on it, but you just feel this like real big pull or this yearning to do this thing or start something new or even just like end this relationship, whatever it is. Interesting. All right, Tauruses. So what are you going to do with this? Because this is the month. I feel like finally, you know, your fear to the fire here, where it's like, okay, it's, you know, there's a little bit of, there's not a lot of, there's only the Page of Wands. There's not like big wand energy here, but I feel like that's the spark that starts finally in February for you guys. All right, you all, I hope this helped. Thanks for joining in, and yeah, I'll see you in the next reading.